Hey little bits, welcome back. I combed through Reddit for piping hot tea so you don't have to. Grab a blanket, fill your mug, and let's take a peek at today's stories. My boyfriend admitted he orchestrated our meet cute. I have no idea how I feel about what he told me. I want to think it's cute that he cared this much, but it just comes across as creepy and I feel lied to. He got drunk because we were celebrating my first successful day at my clinicals, and he ended up saying something along the lines of, "Could you believe we wouldn't be this happy if I hadn't watched you for so long?" To which I was confused and didn't know what he meant. While I had worked at a local library for 2 years before we met, during college, and apparently he saw me there but didn't actually talk to me. He just would watch me and listen in on my conversations with the people I was checking out and my coworkers to figure out what I liked. He then apparently followed me and found the coffee shop I frequented. All this time, I thought we had a sweet first-time meeting story. He accidentally bumped into me, apologized, and offered to buy me a coffee for the trouble. He told me what he was ordering, and it was the exact same thing I always get. I thought it was an amazing coincidence. I joked that it was fate, and we spent like an hour talking over coffee. I feel so stupid. Apparently it was similar to a scene in a book that I had read and told my coworker I had thought was cute. I'm just so frustrated and angry. I feel betrayed, like, why would you do this? And how much of our 1.5 year relationship is a lie? Like, it sounds like he was stalking me. Edit, just so we're all on the same page. I don't believe he was watching me the whole time I was working there. I think it was the last 6 months or so before I actually met him. He's a bit socially awkward, but he has a group of friends he plays D&D and hangs out with like once a week. He's 25 and I'm 22, so it's not a weird age gap. I have never really considered him going through my phone weird because I basically let anyone look at my phone whenever. I'm not worried about anyone seeing anything. I've also never really been worried about my safety with him before, but I do know he has anger issues and has gotten into trouble for getting into a few physical fights, so for those of you worried about me, I will be watching for any signs I might have missed. I mainly am just upset because I feel like our relationship was built on a lie, even if it was a smallish one. He also said he was interested in a lot of the same things that I was when we first met, and for a while he kept up with them, but lately he hasn't at all, and I'm now wondering if he lied about those things too. I definitely need to have a conversation with him, and I'm driving home now, so I'll talk to him when I get there. Thanks for the feedback, folks. And the last edit we now know was made by the boyfriend that says, "I was wrong. He did nothing wrong." Like if that wasn't obvious. And we have some relevant comments from Toshka. "I'm telling you from experience, and please, please, please don't take my comment and the many others lightly. This guy's a walking red flag. He will try to control you more and more over time. First, he stalked you. Let's be honest, that's what it was. Then he manipulated you at your first meeting. Oh wow, what a coincidence, we like the same coffee, to make you think that you're somehow soulmates or whatever. And now you live together. How long were you even dating before that? And he's already checking your phone, and he guilt trips you for seeing your friends more than once a week? Girl, trust your gut. You feel like it's creepy? That's because it is creepy. You feel like he lied to you? That's because he did. There is absolutely nothing cute about his behavior. Please, please talk to someone you trust. Start gathering your most important documents like passports and etc. and store them somewhere safe. I promise you, if this is how the relationship started, it's only going to get worse, no matter what sweet lies he tells you, no matter how many times he apologizes, no matter how great the 2 weeks after the apology feel. It will start all over again. Don't lie to yourself. Trust your gut, please. I think Toshka's comment is like spot on. I really couldn't have put it better myself. And the whole thing with the phone checking too on top of that, like, unless OP has given him reasons to doubt her, I don't see why that should be something common in a relationship. I mean, if you don't got anything to hide, yeah, sure. But to just obsessively check her phone, that's hella weird behavior. Just overall, dude is a running red flag. Giant red flag, size of a football field. I don't like it. God, and I totally forgot about the fact that he doesn't let her hang out with her friends more than once a week. That is weird behavior. Like, I don't hang out with my friends more than once a week just because I'm introverted, but for someone to control that about me? Hell no. I would see my friends just to spite them. I don't know, this guy just sounds super toxic. But there is an update on this story, a conclusion, if you will. Hey everyone. I know a lot of you have been worried about me. I just wanted to let all of you know that I'm safe. Shit has definitely hit the fan, but at the moment, I'm safe. First, no, I didn't make the last edit. My boyfriend went on my phone while I was showering trying to figure out what I wanted to say to him about everything, and he found and edited my post. He then started yelling at me while I was still in the shower about sharing it online and calling him creepy. At the same time, he was guilt-tripping me, telling me that it was romantic and that he did it because he loved me. He literally read a few of the comments out loud to me. He barely let me out of the shower, but I did manage to get my clothes on while he was screaming at me. What really freaked me out was that he started listing off things that he could have done to me. I won't list them here because it was extremely gruesome and I don't think it's allowed, but he said that he didn't do those things because he's such a nice guy. The way he described the things he could have done, though, made me feel as if he had genuinely considered doing it. Also, I thought he was only watching me for a few months. Apparently, it was upwards of a year, and it was genuine, actual stalking. He had followed me home and to my college campus. He pulled out a collection of my lost hair ties he kept. Man, sorry for the break of character, but hair ties? Of all things for a stalker to keep, hair ties. Weirdo. Okay, sorry guys, let's continue. I told him that he was scaring me and that we needed to take a break and come back to it later. At that, he put a hole in the wall next to my head. I told him that I was leaving after that because fuck that shit, and it was like a switch flipped and he started crying. He got on his knees and begged me to stay and apologize. I ended up accepting his apology because I didn't feel safe leaving. Yesterday morning, after he left for work, I grabbed all of my important documents and irreplaceable things before my clinicals started and I kept them in my car. After my clinical, I didn't go back to the apartment. I'm not going to give much more detail than that because he does know my account, obviously. And for Andrew, if you're reading this, which we both know you are, please just leave me alone. The person that I thought I loved doesn't actually exist, and that's heartbreaking. I no longer feel safe with you like I did before, and I hate that. Please, let's just move on from each other. This is my favorite comment from the update. I just had to say it. Grumpy McGrumpy Pants says, "Ah yes, this is a surefire way to reassure your girlfriend that your stalking should be totally acceptable by having a handy list of all the other crimes you had in mind but didn't actually commit." Like, what a freak. I'm glad the OP didn't say anything about what he had said, but I think we can all guess here, and that's just fucking terrifying. I don't know how she managed to sleep the night before she left. I would just be tossing and turning. I couldn't stand the thought of being in the same bed as someone like that. I would just feel so unsafe. But I am really glad that she made the right call by placating him just so she could get away in the morning once he was gone. Super smart, OP. I doubt you'll ever see this because I have a grand total of 3 subscribers. But if somehow you did, I'm really proud of you. It's super hard to leave an abusive situation, and once that mask is off, they usually have their victims ensnared. I'm just really proud of you for getting away. I wish you safety and the best, and again, I'm just so proud of you, girl. Am I the asshole for refusing to let my mother-in-law hold my baby after she told my husband to get a paternity test? I, 28 female, gave birth to my first child, a beautiful baby girl, 3 weeks ago. My husband, 30 male, and I have been over the moon, but his mother has been causing non-stop drama. She never liked me. From the start, she made snide comments about how I trapped her son, even though we've been happily married for 4 years. When I got pregnant, she constantly joked about how the baby might not be his. I brushed it off as her usual passive-aggressive behavior until I found out she took it way further. 2 days after I gave birth, my husband got a text from his mom saying, "You should get a DNA test. You never know these days." I was devastated when I saw it. My husband was furious and told her off, saying he had zero doubts about me and that her comment was disgusting. She tried to backtrack, saying she was just looking out for him. Now she wants to come over and meet the baby, but I told my husband that she will not be holding our daughter. If she wants to question whether my child is even her grandchild, then she doesn't get the privilege of bonding with her. My husband understands why I'm upset, but he thinks that we should let her come just once so that she doesn't play victim with the rest of the family. Now she's crying to everyone, saying I'm keeping her granddaughter from her and that I'm punishing her over a harmless question. Some family members think I'm being dramatic and said I should be the bigger person. But why should I let someone who disrespected me and my child hold her like nothing happened? Am I the asshole for refusing to let her hold my baby? Update. Well, I wish I could say that things got better, but mother-in-law made sure that didn't happen. After my husband told her off, I thought she'd at least try to apologize, but instead, she doubled down. She started calling my husband, telling him I was turning him against his own mother, and that I was overreacting to a simple question. She even pulled the classic victim act, crying to the rest of the family about how I was keeping her grandbaby from her. Then things took a ridiculous turn. I found out from my sister-in-law that mother-in-law was actually trying to get a DNA test done behind our backs. Apparently, she was hoping to get a strand of my baby's hair or some spit to confirm the truth. When my sister-in-law told me, I was absolutely done. I told my husband that until she apologizes, not a fake "I'm sorry you're mad" apology, but a real one, she was not welcome around me or my daughter. Thankfully, my husband backed me up 100%. He told his mother that if she can't respect his wife and child, then she doesn't deserve to be a part of our lives. Mother-in-law lost it. She went full drama mode, telling everyone I was tearing the family apart and that she might not ever recover from this heartbreak. At this point, I don't even care. She disrespected me. She disrespected my marriage. She disrespected my child. Actions have consequences. So, yeah, mother-in-law still hasn't met the baby, and unless she does some serious apologizing and self-reflection, she won't be anytime soon. Am I the asshole? I mean, I think this is pretty open and shut, guys. Fuck around, find out. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. She wants to cause all of this drama after she just gave birth. And, like, for what? To just be messy? And now she's complaining about the grandchild that she's, like, publicly claiming ain't even hers. Wild. Absolutely wild. But I'm really glad that OP is stuck to her boundaries and that her husband had a spine. It's not easy to, distance yourself from your own parents, but I think he made the right call, and, hopefully they can all come back from this, but that mother-in-law sounds like a wild case. Alright, little bits, what do you think? Let me know in the comments below, and remember, we're here to be nosy, not nasty. Thank you for spending your time with me, and I'll see you in the next one.